I loved watching SpongeBob, but only the episodes from the first 3 seasons. I once watched an episode that was the most traumatizing thing I've ever seen, and I'll never forget it no matter how hard I try. It all started back when I was 8 years old. I was watching Nickelodeon when a bumper came on saying that a new episode of SpongeBob was playing next. I was so excited, so I continued watching Nickelodeon. The intro started, but SpongeBob was weirdly holding a knife, and his eyes kinda looked hyper-realistic. Then the title card popped up and simply said question mark, question mark, question mark. I was so confused, but I continued watching. It cut to a close-up of his house, but no one was there, and there was no sound at all. Then there was suddenly static for 5 seconds. After that, we finally see SpongeBob in his room, sleeping. He wakes up, puts on his outfit, and goes to work. As usual, for some reason the episode went and suddenly showed 10 straight minutes of footage of him working in the Krusty Krab. It was getting pretty boring, so I started to play on my tablet. As the time went by, I noticed SpongeBob began having an expression on his face that became sadder and sadder. When his shift ended at the Krusty Krab, I stopped playing on my tablet. Here's where things got a little odd. The scene cut to him walking to his house, looking sadder than at his shift. Suddenly, a hooded fish bumped into him and asks, "Do you want to be happy, young man?" SpongeBob simply said quietly, "Yes, please make me happy." The fish injected SpongeBob with a syringe, which appeared to be filled with transparent fluids of all sorts. He pushes SpongeBob in his house and ran away. I was a bit creeped out by this, but I was still curious as to what would happen next. We then see SpongeBob in his bedroom. The scene zooms in to him, revealing he had dilated pupils and blood leaking from his nose and his arm from where the fish injected him. And he ran into his living room and suddenly began choking his pet snail Gary to death. After Gary died, SpongeBob decided to suddenly start bashing his head on the floor next to Gary's corpse, causing blood to pour out of his upper holes. If that wasn't enough, SpongeBob grabbed a knife and carved letters into his arms and legs, and he fell flat on the floors. Slowly but surely, however, he turned pale due to the blood loss. When he was fully pale, he was dead. I was extremely freaked out at this time. After that, the screen flashed shades of black and green. There was also a smiley face in the middle, and SpongeBob screamed, "Do you want to be happy?" At this moment, I yelled back, "No, I don't want to be happy. Leave me alone." The episode ends with static. I ran into my room, and I never wanted to watch anything from this horrid show again. It's been a decade since this all happened, and I felt like I needed to tell someone about this. I'm starting to have major nightmares about this, about the hooded fish injecting me. But there is something that I need to do. Well, I have to go because I'm getting a call from a good friend of mine. His name is Sergey. But before I go, here's a question for you. Do you want to be happy?